So before catching the new episode of Better Call Saul, I was watching The Walking Dead, and I love that they brought back the governor. Fantastic. Ghost Governor is fantastic. Do it every single time. Go crazy. But please, for the love of God, if I have to hear Beth sing, even in death, one more time, I think my head's going to explode. However, this is not The Talking Dead. This is Burns Reviews talking about Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is a prequel and possibly sequel to the groundbreaking show Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was one of my all-time favorite shows. It is still one of my all-time favorite shows. I can watch that on Netflix anytime, almost any episode. Well, maybe not The Fly. The Fly is The Fly is pretty terrible, but it is hands down my favorite show of all time. It is just something that gets better as each episode goes on. This one, however, is a little bit different in that we already know what happens to Bob Odenkirk's character, Saul Goodman, because now we're in a prequel. So now we're in the territory of knowing, well, we know he's not going to die. We know Mike's not going to die. But we like the character, so we go for it. It starts off in present day after the events of Breaking Bad in a black and white style that kind of reminds me of Clerks. I love the way Vince Gilligan goes back and tries to do things differently. He has a great style for the way it feels. You feel like you're in the universe of Breaking Bad. They could have very easily just changed it into something that's more comedic, but it's just so on point. And once again, Vince Gilligan starts the show off with a large dose of empathy for our hero, who will probably do some pretty unexcusable things in the future, so it's better off to start the show off with a little bit of empathy to kind of be like, oh, you know, he's working at Cinnabon. I feel bad for him. The first hour of the show is pretty straightforward. It's basically like a paint-by-numbers of pilot episodes. We meet our protagonist, this down-and-out guy just trying to get ahead. Our antagonist, a rich and successful guy who in any reality would probably crush our protagonist. The crazy family member that our protagonist has to endure and take care of. And this mysterious woman who we don't know much about, but she's in all 11 episodes according to IMDb, so... love interest? Anyway, after an hour of establishing new characters, we finally get to the final 15 minutes of the show, and they are amazing. It is fun, it's exhilarating, and it finally does what the show should do, asking you questions of like, where is this going? Like when he's in the car and he's driving with the skateboarders and you don't know where it's going, that's the Vince Gilligan that I love. That is a show that makes me go, well, if this is on Netflix, maybe just one more. And that is the little glimmer of hope that makes me think maybe this show will be good. Maybe this will be the show that will kind of fill the gap of Breaking Bad. Maybe. However, a pilot episode is very hard to gauge, especially one like Better Call Saul. Right now, it kind of feels like a reunion. You know, it's like you get to see Mike and Saul, and even at the end, surprise, surprise, Tuco. So the real question for this show is, how is it going to hold up once the nostalgia factor starts to wear off? Will the storyline be good enough to keep the fans watching? I think right now, as of now, it's kind of early to tell, but it kind of looks like it might get 2 seasons. I don't know. I have no idea of which direction they're going to go in. Right now, it's okay. I don't think it'll ever be as good as Breaking Bad, but right now, it's pretty decent. Right now, what I like most about it is the directing, the cinematography, and just like the style of it. I feel like I'm back in the world of Breaking Bad, but Walter White is just gone. I don't know if it'll ever be as good as Breaking Bad, but it is very interesting to return to that world of those characters and see Mike and Tuco and Saul Goodman and maybe even the Chicken Man? But we'll just have to wait and see. It is Vince Gilligan through and through. The style, the writing, the feel of it. And for that, I'm willing to give it a shot. And I give Better Call Saul Pilot Episode 1 a B-. It is definitely has potential to be something more, but right now it's kind of just above average. You've been watching Burns Reviews. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and as always, thanks for watching because you just got burned.